Hi, I'm Sunny. I'm a student in game design, and I love analyzing films and video games to learn from them and write my own. Today, I want to talk about the game series Kindergarten. They are games that I enjoy personally, but I wanted to dig deeper into its core mechanic. So please, take a seat and join me as we take a look at Kindergarten's time loop mechanic. For those who don't know the game, Kindergarten is a puzzle/adventure game with a dark sense of humor, where you play as a 5-year-old child, who does not have a name, going to, well, kindergarten. A child, and in the sequel, multiple children, are missing. And as you complete missions, and die a couple times along the way, you uncover a deeper mystery about your school and the adults that help run it. The central mechanic of this game is that the protagonist is stuck in a time loop. Every time he gets shot, beaten to death, poisoned, and so on, or if you manage to end the day alive, the day restarts. The game uses this repeating day in a very particular way. Instead of being only a plot device, it becomes part of how the player learns. The central question for this analysis is, how does Kindergarten uses its time loop mechanic to teach the player without the need for a long tutorial? To answer this, we'll look at the loop as a learning system, the structure it creates for missions, and the way information is revealed to the player. Before the analysis starts, trigger warning for violence and pixelated gore. Also, I will be spoiling elements from both Kindergarten 1 and 2, so you have been warned. In Kindergarten, the school day repeats over and over again. When you reach the end of a day, you wake up back in your room. This is what we typically call a Groundhog Day loop, named after the 1993 film of the same name. In most cases, that loop is used more so for the narrative. In the game 12 Minutes, which has a time loop as its main characteristic, it uses it so our main character can learn more about his wife, and for the player to know more about the world of the game. In Kindergarten, the focus is more so on the way a time loop can be used in a video game to teach players. It does also affect the narration, as we will talk about later, but its main goal is what we call onboarding. Onboarding is the process of teaching players the skill and/or knowledge that they need to progress through a game. It is a pretty important aspect of game design, as it helps players understand the game's mechanic and progress throughout the game. If you talk too much to the janitor, he will kill you. The lesson is learned, don't annoy the janitor. If you're seen lurking in the school during lunch, you will be sent to the principal's office and he will kill you. Again, a lesson is learned, either don't get spotted or find a way to bribe your way out. The loop and the deaths that will likely result of it are used as a learning tool. And while deaths sure can set you back, you're insensitized to make them happen to progress. Most Groundhog Day scenarios end up with the main character desensitized from death, which fits well in the context of this game, and most video games for that matter, as us players aren't sad or worried for our main characters. We know we can retry. Another thing that the time loop allows for is that each mission feels distinct while still being connected to each other. When you finish a mission, you will get to go home alive and with the mission's item, such as a flower, a plush, or a bomb that you just made. Mission's items are the only thing, outside of collectibles, to remain after a loop. Some missions will require items from other missions to be completed. This interconnection of the missions allow not only for clear structure if the player doesn't know what to do, but also gives them a sense of clear progression in a world that keeps repeating. As for the story of the game, Kindergarten actually breaks expectations by having our main character not actually remember the loops. Our protagonist only ever remembers small things, or gets a sense of déjà vu. He does, however, know about the player, being one of the few characters to break the fourth wall and talk directly to us. But that doesn't mean the time loop is useless for the narrative. On the contrary, it helps develop characters and the relationship with each other, as well as incorporating mystery to be resolved down the line. Penny is a character we meet in Kindergarten 2, a shy and friendly girl who wishes to be your friend. We learn in the first missions that she is the principal's daughter, that she is a rule follower and a snitch. Both students and adults do not like her, and either bully or ignore her. We later learn that Penny is an android. Her body parts were replaced after she was attacked by a monster. She also laser blasts disobedient children when they are sent to the principal's office, though she doesn't seem to remember it. If you try to befriend Penny, she will explain that she blacks out a lot, before telling you she doesn't want bad things to happen to others. Finally, in the last mission, she stands against her mother, the principal, who kills her the moment Penny is of no use to her. Our loop in time creates a way for information to be delivered little by little without feeling like the game is withholding information for the sake of it. We can follow specific characters in each mission, which helps to explore their relationship with others, their arcs, and their personality in greater length. In the end, Kindergarten's time loop is more than a gimmick, it's a learning framework. By making failure common but productive, the game turns death into lessons and uses repetition to guide the player towards new actions. At the same time, the loops keep mission connected through persistent items, so progress feels real even inside a repeating day. Through these choices, Kindergarten uses its time loop to onboard the players and teaching mechanics, shaping the exploration and structured narrative discovery at the same time. That's all for today. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you found it interesting. All sources of this video are in the description, so feel free to check them out. I hope you have a nice day. Bye!